Hello everyone, welcome to Micro Adventures. Ellie and Josiah here in Mexico. We are going to do an abs and arms class today. I'm really excited for this workout. We will be on one weight spring. You'll want to take off your back handlebars, so they'll just get in your way during this class, so take them off. And you want your cable cuffs attached to the back edge of your carriage. And for now, you can just set one cable on each side so we can clip them on a little bit later when we're ready to use them. One weight spring, let's get it started in a super crunch. So have a seat on your back platform. Heels will hook into the rail on your carriage, or feet can tuck under your strap, whatever is more comfortable for you. Arms extended out at heart center, hands behind the head or across the chest. From here, knees start in towards you. Just anchor through the core, abs super tight. We'll slowly send the legs out away from us as we hinge back through the upper body. And then scoop through low belly. Use your low abs to slide the carriage towards your chest. Okay, so I don't want your hip flexors doing the work. I want you to really be mindful. Use your abs to pull the carriage in. Upper part of the abs are working to draw the chest forward. Good in 4, halfway point and hold in 3, 2, find that halfway point, hold, give me a little pulse. Little pulse of the lower body and the upper body. You're here for 4, you're here for 3, 2, go back to full range of motion, slow and controlled, keep it going. Tap into your breath, tap into the muscles that are working. You know you're focusing on your core and your upper body today, so let's make it happen. You've got 8 seconds. We're going giant wheelbarrow, knees to the back platform, hands to your carriage in 3, 2, and 1. So knees to the back platform, hands to the carriage, giant wheelbarrow. So this one is gonna work your lats and your abs, right? You're finding that strong plank position. Squeeze your glutes to help protect your lower back. So a little squeeze of the glutes here can help lengthen through the lower back. You can also do this move in a tabletop position if you need, so hips stacked over the knees. Our shoulders are away from the ears. Beautiful form here, Josiah. Every time you send the carriage out, I want you to pause where you feel the tension in your abs, turn on your lats, and then you slide the hands back in. If you're looking for a little bit more intensity, your advanced option is to walk your hands a little further forward on the carriage. Likewise, if you're looking for a little less intensity, walk the hands in closer to you, right? So fine tune this, make it exactly what you need. In 4, find a little challenge point and hold. In 3, 2, find a little hold, slide the carriage in an inch, back out an inch. 10 seconds, we're gonna lower the forearms to the carriage. We've got our giant crunch in 3, 2, 1. Bring your forearms down to your carriage. Find this kneeling forearm plank position. Keep squeezing your glutes, and then we'll start that crunch. So exhale as you round up through the spine. It's like you're trying to fold your body in half and then lengthen back out with control. Your neck stays in alignment with the rest of the spine, right? So gently nodding your chin towards the chest on the crunch so it comes with you. And then the advanced option is to layer in a little bit of a saw to this. So sliding the elbows forward and then starting your crunch before the elbows come back beneath your shoulders. That's gonna make this even more intense. You want the movement to come entirely from your abs, right? So you're not using your neck, your shoulders, your lats, your glutes, your hip flexors. You want your abs to do the work here. Good, we're gonna go 20 seconds. I want you focused on your breath. Exhale as you hit the crunch so that you're squeezing deeper into your core, right? Every forceful breath out will help you tap deeper into your abdominal wall. 10 seconds, we're headed to the front of the machine. We're gonna get right into a plank to pike. Hands to the front platform, toes to your carriage in 3, 2, and 1. So hustle forward, maybe ride the carriage forward. We go hands to the front platform, toes to your carriage, find your plank position, and we're going plank to pike. So strong through the core, hips lift, slowly lengthen back out. Great job, Josiah. So I like to squeeze my inner thighs together as I do plank to pike. That also helps me get a little bit more into my core, right? So if that works for you, great. Otherwise, feet can be hip distance apart. Check in, see what feels good. Try not to over pike. So if you pike too high, you'll feel your body weight shift into your heels. You'll feel the tension drop out of the core. And listen, if this plank to pike is giving you a tough time, come down to your knees and hit a wheelbarrow. I want you to know that is always an option for you. You've got 25 seconds. We're gonna stay in this plank for one more move, and it's one of my favorites, so I'm gonna go ahead and demo it for you. You've got 15 seconds in your plank to pike. We're gonna go right into a freaking bear. I will have you out of plank after this. In 4, hold your plank, we go bear. In 3, 2, 1, take your eye gaze slightly forward on the floor, scoop through low belly, draw your knees in towards your chest, and then slowly lengthen back out. I thought Josiah was just hitting me, and then I realized that was a mosquito. Thanks, babe. Knees come in towards the chest, and then slowly back out. So the tendency is to try to look back towards your knees. I want your eye gaze on the floor in front of you. Maybe thumbs point forward, push down through the heels of the hands, really squeeze through the core. Now hips can come a little bit higher than the shoulders, but we want to make sure the hips don't drop lower than the shoulders on this one. 25 seconds in your bear. Whew. You should be feeling it. It's a good one. Here's the deal. We're going to hold a hovering tabletop in 4, in 3, 2. Find a hovering tabletop, hold, lift the knees up an inch, back down an inch, up an inch, back down an inch. You have 10 seconds here. We go 2 black springs. We're going to hit a sexy back with our carriage. You have 5. You have 4. You have 3, 2, 1. Change your springs. We go 2 black springs. Set up on the left-hand side of your machine so your right hand grabs a carriage. And we're gonna go sexy back with the carriage. So if you need more resistance, you're scooting your body closer to your back platform. Right arm extends, bend at the elbow joint. You wanna try to lock your elbow in place beside your rib cage. The elbow joint isn't moving, we're just bending and extending back through that arm. I'll have you take over, Josiah. So sexy back with the carriage, right arm's extending back, right arm's bending in, and we don't want to be quite in tabletop, so sit your hips towards your heels for me a little more, Josiah. Perfect. Left hand can come to the floor for stability, that's fine. In 4, take the arm back and hold. In 3, 2, take it back, hold, give me a little pulse, Final 10 seconds, we're gonna go sexy back, left arm with the carriage. So hop to the other side in 3, 2, 1. So hop on over, other side of the machine, get right into that sexy back again. Maybe you'll set up in the same spot. Maybe you'll need a little more or a little less resistance. So just adjust to what this arm is feeling. Okay, I have you hitting this first arm exercise on each arm individually so we can really fire up your triceps and we can let those arms work on their own. When we do a double arm exercise, what tends to happen is one arm is a little bit stronger than the other and it takes over just a little bit more. Good. Let's go 15 seconds like this. Shoulders away from the ears, core is engaged. We are gonna hook our cables on next and we're gonna hit a sexy back at the back of our machine with our cables. In 4, straighten out your left arm. In 3, 2, straighten out the left arm, little bend, little stretch, little pulses, 10 seconds. Hook up your cables, meet me at the back of your machine for sexy back in 4, 3, 2, and 1. So hook up those cables. You're gonna be kneeling on your back platform or on the floor behind the platform facing the front of the machine, and we'll go sexy back. So on your knees, hinge forward from the hips, row your elbows up and back to start. And we'll get into our regular sexy back here. Core is lifted. Okay, I really want you to be mindful of your shoulders. So chin is off the chest. What I see a lot in this exercise is that we allow our shoulders to roll forward, which is really, really bad for the shoulder joint. So when you take your shoulders, slide them up towards your ears and then slide them towards your back pockets. Okay, that's gonna keep us from creating any kind of impingement in the shoulder as we do this tricep kickback. If you need to, you can always lift your chest up a little higher, okay? The more you hinge forward, the more difficult it's gonna be to keep those shoulders in their sockets where they need to be. If you need less resistance, scoot forward. More resistance, scoot back. Good, and then we can always choke up on the cables for more resistance or walk it down the cables for less resistance. In 4, we'll straighten out the arms and hold. In 3, 2, strong straight arms, little bend, little stretch. 10 seconds, we're gonna lift our chest. We go right into chest opener in 4, in 3, 2, 1. Upright your spine, slide those shoulders down away from the ears, puff open your chest, chin off the chest. Now press your palms back behind you and then resist forward. And again, this is a move where I'll see people start to roll their shoulders forward, right? It's this anterior tilt of the shoulders, okay? I want you to roll the shoulders back and open the chest, right? That's why we call it chest opener. Squeeze your core, squeeze your glutes, and grow taller. Focus in on your posture. Lengthen the crown of the head up, tailbone down, eyes gaze straight out the horizon. In 4, take it back and hold. In 3, 2, take it back, hold. Little press back, tiny pulses. Strong straight arms, feel your triceps. We are gonna have a seat, tailbone, bicep curls. In 3, keep your cables. In 2 and 1. So have a seat, heels on your back platform, elbows out in front of you, and you'll start with those arms straight, a little bit of a hinge back, and then just start your bicep curl. Okay, if you need more resistance, choke up on the cables, right? We're on 2 black springs. You could also put on a white spring as well. Go nice and slowly here, and then focus again on your posture, right? So our chest is open. What tends to happen is we start to slump through the upper body as we get fatigued, right? And all of these things that I'm pointing out, that I'm saying tend to happen, right? They happen to all of us. No matter how perfect our form is, we're always gonna keep checking back in on it, because even if you've done this move 1,000 times, 1,000,000 times, you still have to check back in with your form, because as your body fatigues, our form starts to suffer. It's normal. Okay, so don't beat yourself up if you find yourself slumping or the shoulders rolling forward, right? You have the tools to figure it out and to get back into good form. In 4, hold the bicep curl. In 3, 2, hold, little pulse, little pulse. Look at your biceps, squeeze and flex them, make them work a little bit harder, flex and squeeze a little bit more. You're here for 10 more seconds. We're gonna get into a little bit of a chin up. In 4, in 3, 2, hold the biceps. From here, you're gonna round back, and then you're gonna lift your chin up towards those straps. So we're gonna take it back a few inches. You're gonna feel your abs here and forward. You're also gonna feel your biceps. Try to keep the arms steady. Try to keep the carriage pretty quiet. You're rounding back and then lifting up. Great job. Okay, so our theme for today, we're working the muscles using the cables, and then we're working the muscles using the carriage. So we're gonna get into some halfway bicep curls next. So when we're not using the cables, I want you to just set them on top of your carriage so they're not getting dragged around. In 4, lift yourself up and hold. In 3, 2, lift up, hold, tiny pulses, flex the arms, go, go, go. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Awesome job. All right, cables on top of the carriage. We're gonna come up front, and we're gonna do a bicep curl with the right arm in 3, 2, 1. So take your cables, set them on top of your carriage. You will come onto one side of the machine with your right hand closest to the carriage. You're facing the back. You'll come to tabletop here, and you'll go ahead and let the carriage pull back so the right arm is straight all the way. From there, it is a halfway bicep curl. You're gonna slide the carriage forward until you feel a 90-degree bend in your right elbow, and then you'll lengthen it back out. Core is engaged. If you wanna float the left leg here, you can. But it is a right arm halfway bicep curl. If you need more resistance, you're walking your body closer to your back platform. If you need less resistance, you're scooting back. Good, so a little half range of motion in this curl. Right, a little bit different way to hit our biceps here. In 4, we're gonna hold that halfway curl. In 3, 2, hold that curl, flex your bicep, isometric hold. You have 10 seconds. We are gonna hop over to the other side and hit our left arm in 3, 2, and 1. So hop over the other side, you're still facing the back, left hand to the front edge of your carriage. You're in tabletop, and you'll probably be able to see this a little bit better now. So halfway curl. So hips and shoulders squared to the floor. If you want a little more core, you can float the right leg, but you can watch Josiah's arm a little bit better here. So the arm goes just straight, and then he bends the elbow to press the carriage forward. So it's a little half range bicep curl. Perfect. We are gonna use our cables again. Next, we're gonna work on our shoulders. So we've got a newspaper on deck, and we've got some rear delt flies for the back of the shoulder. So this is the last move we're gonna hit on the biceps. Big flex, big squeeze in that arm, right? Pause in that half range of motion, really feel the bicep engaged. In 4, we're gonna hold. In 3, to find your hold. Isometric hold, flex the biceps, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. 10 seconds, grab both of your cables. We're going newspaper at the back of the machine in 4, 3, 2, and 1. So grab your cables. You'll set up on your knees on top of the back platform or behind the platform. Cross the cables, uncross your hands. Elbows start right beneath your shoulders, and that's where they're gonna stay. You're just gonna flip the palms to face one another. You're gonna open those palms out to the side and then back in. So the taller you are in this exercise, the more it's gonna affect your posture and pull down on the shoulders. So I personally like to sit behind the back platform with my glutes to my heels so that I'm out of my, I'm out of that joint just a little bit more. If the tension feels a little heavy, you can walk it down to the foot straps. Beautiful. Think tall through the spine. Awesome. And this is a really great exercise for the health of your shoulder. You're working your rotator cuff. So we're just folding the palms open and might only move a few inches. That's perfect. Okay, look at your wrist. Make sure you're not bending at the wrist joint. We're just opening the arms back in. It's kind of like you're opening a newspaper, hence the name of the exercise. In 4, we're gonna open it up and hold in 3, 2, fold the arms open, hold, 10 seconds. We are going down to 1 white spring. You're gonna keep one of your cables for a rear delt fly. In 4, let the carriage close in 3, 2, and 1. So uncross the cables, we go 1 white spring. The cable that is in your right hand is the one you're gonna keep. You're gonna take it into your right hand. You're gonna set up facing, straddling your back platform. So left hand on top of the back platform, knees on the floor, right arm's gonna be down in front of you, pinky is facing out away from you, and it's a straight arm rear delt fly. So probably the first time y'all have done this one with us. Let's talk about the setup again. So knees are on one side of your back platform. Josiah has his left hand on top of the back platform, and he's using the back of his right shoulder to lift his arm straight out to the side. Now, resistance should be pretty good on this one. I want you to go really slow. 1 weight spring should be heavy. It's not a huge muscle that we're working, the back of the shoulder. But if you need more resistance, you can choke up on the cable, or you can change this out for 1 black spring, but maybe stick with me on the 1 white because I have a feeling it's gonna start burning about now if you haven't gotten there yet. We don't have any pulses or any holds. And listen, here's the deal. 15 seconds, we're just gonna switch to the other side. So we'll switch out our cables, we'll turn around, hit side 2. In 4, 3, 2, and 1. So just go ahead, set that cable on top of the carriage, turn around, you're straddling the back platform, and we'll take the cable into the left hand, finding that rear delt fly on the left side. And don't be surprised if each arm feels a little bit different. That's totally normal, right? Adjust the resistance as you need. So you can choke up on the cable to get a little more resistance. You can go slower to get more resistance. So we're taking out all momentum using the strength of the backside of your shoulder. Good, and then check in with your core, right? Knees underneath the hips, abs are nice and tight, spine is long. We're not twisting through the body. Awesome. I used to do a version of this exercise on the Microformer. It's one of my favorites because it burns so good in the back of your shoulder. And it definitely should be feeling that way about now. Get into that burn. Here's the deal. We are gonna hit our obliques to finish out class today. 15 seconds, you'll place both cables on top of your carriage. We should still be on 1 weight spring. You're gonna give me a giant twisted wheelbarrow for the right oblique. In 4, 3, 2, take that cable, set it on top of your carriage, knees to your back platform, you're facing the front, hold the carriage to you, hands to the rails. Now swivel your hips so the right oblique faces the floor, and we're gonna go giant twisted wheelbarrow. So slide the carriage forward, good. Beautiful extension, Josiah. Squeeze the inner thighs together. And we're gonna add on to this giant twisted wheelbarrow. So once you've got the hang of the wheelbarrow, we're gonna add a little bit of a crunch. So next time the hands are beneath the shoulders, I want you to lift through the right oblique. Give me a little kneeling crunch. Yes, so good. And then we'll go right back into our giant twisted wheelbarrow. So it's 1 twisted wheelbarrow, 1 kneeling crunch. Beautiful. We have 25 seconds here. We're going scrambled eggs. So the foot strap that is on your right hand side is gonna go on your right foot. And this is gonna be a very light spring setting for scrambled eggs. And that's for a reason. I want you to focus on balance and stability through the waistline. So we're gonna stay on this white spring. You've got 10 seconds. We go scrambled eggs for the right side in 4, 3, 2, and 1. So grab the foot strap on the right hand side. It's gonna go around the arch of your right foot. Hands will come to the floor, straddling your monorail, and left knee on the back platform. Awesome. I like to tap my fingertips on this one and walk your hands out wider so the carriage doesn't hit your hands. From here, your right toes are going down to the floor to the right, and then your right leg is slowly sweeping up and back. Think about lengthening, equal length in both sides of the waistline, equal pressure down through both palms. So you really want to ground evenly through both of your hands. What's going to tend to happen is your body weight's going to want to shift into the left hand and into the left hip. So best you can, hips are squared perfectly to the floor, and you should feel the most resistance in the obliques as the right foot goes down and out to the right. Great job. We have just 20 seconds in this move. We'll take this strap off. We'll set it on top of the carriage. We'll get into our giant twisted wheelbarrow for our left oblique in 4, in 3, 2, take that strap off, place it back on top of the carriage, hang on to the carriage, swivel your hips to the right so the left oblique faces the floor. We'll hit that twisted wheelbarrow for the left oblique. So do 1 or 2 of these, and then when you feel ready, you'll start to layer in that twisted kneeling crunch. So when the hands land beneath the shoulders, you'll pike up through the left oblique, finding a little bit of a side body crunch. Nice job, Josiah, perfect. Okay, we have just 2 moves to go after this, so listen, we are nearly there, right? Plank should be pretty challenging at this point in class because you've done so much work for your upper body. Hopefully your arms are feeling pretty darn toasted. Keep in mind this little twisted wheelbarrow crunch combo, also getting some activation in your lats. We've got 15 more seconds here. Breathe, lengthen out through the neck, soften shoulders away from the ears. We'll go scrambled eggs. Foot strap on your left-hand side goes around the arch of your left foot in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So grab that cable on the left-hand side. It goes around the arch of your left foot. The other cable will just stay on top of your machine. And then hands come to the floor to straddle the monorail. Maybe tent your fingertips up. Square your hips and shoulders to the monorail below you. And start with your left toes tapping wide and towards the floor on the left, right? And then see if you can lean your body weight slightly more towards that left leg, really evening out through the waistline, and then slowly sweep it up. I want you to go super slow, okay? The resistance isn't super heavy, and hopefully this instability is gonna help you access your obliques in this move, maybe in a way you haven't ever felt before. Think about length between your hip bone and your shoulder, and think about that length being equal on both sides of your body. Good, slowly and with control. Notice if your body weight's shifting into the right hand. Can you even out and ground down through both hands? Notice if your right hip is starting to jut over to the right. I want you to hug it back in towards the midline of your body. I want you to firm up through the core a bit more. We're gonna go 15 seconds. We will grab both cables in our hands and have a seat behind the back platform. Your finisher today is a tailbone angel on this light spring setting. You've got 5, you've got 4, 3, 2, and 1. So grab both cables in your hands, have a seat behind your back platform, heels on top of the platform, and we are gonna focus on our core in this one. So heels up, start with the cable straight out in front of the chest, hinge back, feel the abs catch, chest is lifted, and then start to open those arms straight back. So the tension's gonna be pretty light. What I want you to hopefully be able to do is as you open the arms, lift one foot. We'll just march out those legs, right? So that is option 1, this march. Option 2, you're gonna float both legs up. Option 3, you're gonna extend both legs out, okay? So Whatever option you choose, I want you to stick with it as best you can. I want you to find your best form and know that this is where we're gonna finish out class today. Good, I love that little fix. Josiah just lifted his chest on his own because he realized he was starting to slump through the chest a little bit, right? That's what I was talking about. We start to lose our form as we fatigue. That is normal. Keep checking back in. Find the alignment in your spine, wrap your abs in and around you, feel your abs catch. In 4, open the arms out halfway and hold. In 3, 2, find a little hold here. We're just gonna march out those feet one at a time, or we're gonna lift both legs and we're gonna flutter those feet. This is your final 15 seconds of your workout. Get what you came for, chest lifted. Let's go. Final 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, done. Release those cables. Let's find a comfortable seat. Turn to face us. Hopefully y'all aren't too pissed at us. Let's go ahead and take the right arm across the chest, a little bit of a shoulder stretch here. Good, sit up nice and tall. And let's go ahead, release. Bring that left arm across the chest, a little bit of a stretch. So make sure you're taking some time after class to stretch things out, cool down a little bit. And hopefully that upper body and that core is feeling pretty toasty at this point. Let's release the arm. 2 deep breaths, seal in all that hard work. Inhale, circle sweep, arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. One more time, deep breath in all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Awesome, awesome job. Thank you so, so much for being here. Y'all mean the world to us. I hope you'll have an amazing rest of your day. Take some good energy out into the world, and we will see you next time.